yeah. I totally yeah. There's a load of stuff going on my down my end, and I completely sorry. I
Oh,
completely
don't worry about it. Don't worry at all. I know how busy you guys are.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
How is everybody in the band?
Yeah, yeah, fine. Fine. Yeah, we're kind of, rehearsing stuff, and we might have a gig in Gravesend with Gypsy's Kiss again. But the most important thing for us is to kind of carry on with our second album. Um, but the guy's still gone AWOL, and yeah, so it's just a little bit quiet, just a little bit quiet.
I'm really sorry to hear that. I mean, when you said you were working on a follow up to is it Raw Bait, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that is an absolutely fantastic album, I have to say.
No, thank you very much.
When you said there was going to be a follow up, it was like, oh yeah, give me, give me, give me.
Yeah, great to hear.
But it's it's not going according to plan then.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I think we wanted the album done so that we could do a launch next year, you know. But um, there's a couple of bands that are going to be doing the same thing, they're
Ah,
trying to finish their album, and they wanted to kind of release it, but it's always a no-no to try and release something in December. It's always better to release it at the beginning of the year.
well, it's sometimes things are worth the wait, Stitch.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
No, it's certainly going to be a it's certainly going to be a different kind of um different thing this time round, because the first album was very raw. What you hear is what you're going to get, kind of thing. No
hmm.
whistles and bells and all that kind of stuff. Um, but now we can put extra layers on it and really make it the album we've always wanted to, and step back and say, yeah, I'm really proud of this album. This is the best what we could do.
This, but you're calling upon what seems to be a very deep river of musical styles and capabilities. I mean, just listening to the first album and seeing you
Mm.
guys live the other week, there's anybody who's expecting just straightforward hard rock. I think it would be shocked because there's elements of blues, there's elements of jazz, there's elements of funk.
Mm.
There's all these different styles coming in because you've got, I mean, there's each of you seem to be coming from different directions, all joining together musically,
Yeah,
in like a melting pot of styles, and it works really well.
yeah. No, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think it's just been uh everything that each individual of the band has experienced in their lives, especially musically. Then yeah, we all, as you say, we're all coming from different backgrounds, and it just, yeah, it just really works really well.
So,
And
what's your musical background, Stitch? Were you in bands before Buffalo?
yeah, yeah. I have been in, I think, there was one called there's one called Mudflower. That was like the first ever band, I think. We wanted it kind of grungy, and then I suppose the first serious band was a band called Stimulant, which was basically me fronting it, um, an Italian bass player, and a kind of golden maned drummer called Dave.
So when did you and Terry get together then to form Buffalo Fish?
um, that was, I believe, kind of 2013.
Mm.
Um, it was actually through Facebook that it all kind of like the wheels started to kind of turn. Um, me and Dwight were on Facebook at the same time. I didn't know Terry at all at this point, or Pete, the drummer. Um, I was just going, "Hey, bro, how's it going? How's the family? Hope you're well. Um, what's going on musically?" Just asking all these questions to him.
Mm.
And he was saying like, "Oh yeah, your family's great and everything." And yeah, at the moment I'm doing this project with an ex Iron Maiden player in it, and I was like, "Wow." And then at the time, I don't know, I just kind of I'm quite cheeky in my own kind of you know personality, and I said, "Well, let me know when you need a shit hot singer, and you know." And then I'll be ready and willing. And he said, "Well, funnily enough, we are actually looking for one." So yeah, and then we arranged a rehearsal, and they were rehearsing. They kind of had like an agreement with the manager of the Hope and Anchor in Highbury and Islington in North London, and yeah, they had like a rehearsal space um, in the basement of the Hope and Anchor, and I went down there and yeah, met Terry and Pete, and he didn't really know what to make of me. Um,
You are a bit of a larger than life character, it has to be said.
well, the people wouldn't say that. Um, yeah, I mean, you can't be that way all the time. You got to have
No,
like
no.
you got to have your downtime and your
Of
quiet time
course.
kind of thing. Nice little contrast. Um, yeah, no, I mean, all he had was like an album. I was in a rock industrial band as well, and so I gave him that, and he kind of took it away. So they didn't get me in straight away, but they already had songs for me to kind of put my own spin on it. They obviously gave me like because Terry was in a band called the Space Chickens, and and yeah, they were really good. There were a lot of his old school friends that was in the band in this Space Chickens band, and they'd written some stuff which I felt was very kind of like Ian Jury and the Blockheads
Mm.
kind of vibe, which I like, but I I'm not huge. It's not really where I go musically, like singing wise, anyway. Because the singer Roger, he obviously loves Ian Jury. You can hear it, you know, and yeah. So it took a little bit of a time to kind of think about what I was going to do, how it was going to work. Yeah, and then things started to come together.
That's fantastic. And you had you had a single called Mr. K,
Mm,
and bizarrely enough from a film simply called Untitled.
yeah.
How did that come about?
Um, that came about because Dwight is extremely hospitable, open, and very friendly guy.
Mm.
So, um, he certainly went down to me. Because he used to work in oh god, Pret. They call it just Pret. It's like a sandwich shop. They
Yeah,
had massive chain all around London and stuff, chains and everything. And he was the fastest coffee maker in the town. You
quite the
know,
claim to fame.
yeah. um, and he used to make the girls weak at the knees with his very he used to say good morning, baby, and all that. Hey, good morning, baby. All that kind of stuff
With
like
his
that.
American accent.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. So he used to make. I remember him telling me, he was like, "Yeah, this this woman and this woman and that girl and this," and yeah. Anyway, so and people used to come into the shop and you'd say, "Oh, how's your day going?" and everything, and they'd spill, what's going on in their lives if they wanted to. And this one guy said, "Oh yeah, it's a bit of I'm having a bit of a blooming nightmare." And then Dwight was like, "Well, what's up? What's going on?" And he said, "Oh, I've got this guy who's trying to write music for me." And then Dwight's ears prick up. I was like, "Oh," and and he was so like, "Oh, right, what for?" And he said, "Oh, for a film that I'm doing." And I don't think he's right. He's not. This guy's not the one from. He's not really getting where I'm coming from and all that lot. So then Dwight kind of suddenly like produces our Raw Bait album because I think he probably had it in his bag or something like that. He had his own like so many copies. So he was great like that, and he just went, "Have a check this out, my brother." Like that kind of thing, and he went, "Wow, so you're in a band?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, we're in a band. I'm in a band, and we play this, that, and the other, but check it out, see if you like it." And he did, and he came back, and he was like, "Right, um, I want to use one or two of the songs from the album." And right, okay, cool, great. Um, and yeah, so we did all. He was going to go with some of the tracks, and then I said, "Well, how about?" I said to Dwight to tell him. I was like, "How about we actually write a song specifically for that for his
Hmm.
film?" And we were actually kind of like kicking around this idea. We did have like a riff and everything going for this song at the moment at the time. Um, and then he said, "Right, okay, what I'll do then, I'll send you the rough version of the film in its entirety." So that was really cool because that was something that we'd never done before. We all watched it around Terry's house. And while we was watching it, I was making notes, about
Mm.
certain points and plots of the film and everything. And yeah, and then I had it all down, and then we went into rehearsal room, or we might have kind of jammed it around at Terry's as well, if I remember rightly. We used to do a lot of that at one point around at Terry's. And yeah, we kind of got it together, and obviously we had to record it and send it over to him, over to uh, Chris Loiseau is the director, um, and he loved it. He absolutely loved it, and he was like, "Yeah, great. Where are we gonna? Where am I gonna put this? Where am I gonna put this?" He wanted to keep putting Buffalo Fish stuff
Mm.
up on every kind of you know every scene. he wanted it in the background and all that. We were like, oh, brilliant! That'd be great. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
go for it.
fantastic. I mean, and that is great promotion opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, and then and in the end, we had it on the end credits. So when you actually see the film and you see the kind of like shock ending that happens, um, then bam, our music comes blasting on,
Very
and it
cool.
yeah, oh no, it was yeah, it was extremely cool. Um, we're hoping more things were going to come of this, but
Mm.
there was a load of kind of like promises that, oh yeah, this will happen and this will happen, and but it was just, the experience was fantastic. Um, and it's something that we would never wanted to happen. It was, as I say, the experience is great, and we went to the premiere, which was at the King Charles Theatre,
Mm.
or was it Prince Charles Theatre? And that's in Leicester Square in London. And yeah, so we're all there with the crew and everyone involved, all the actors and actresses, and we're sitting all together watching it. And because it's a premiere, uh, and also, oh, I can tell you this as well. There was a famous person who put her money towards making the film as well.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. She was kind of, apparently she was there at the premiere. I didn't see her, but she was right at the very back, I think. Someone told me, and that's one of the top supermodels, Kate Moss.
wow.
Yeah, yeah,
You
Kate
never
Moss.
know. You never know what could come of it. Sometimes things things happen and you think, I didn't quite go how we hoped. And then all of
Mm,
a sudden, a movie like that or something can suddenly become a cult movie. And then the music from that movie becomes cult music. And then it just seems to explode from there. I mean, that's happened
mm.
so many times. I mean, The Lost Boys is a great example.
Oh yeah,
At the time, nobody knew what the hell to make of that film. Uh,
yeah, no, that's right.
yeah, and now you've only got to say "Cry Little Sister," and
Yeah,
everybody knows what that song is. So you
yeah.
never know, Stitch. You never know.
No, no, no. I mean, it's a bit of a cry from from Lost Boys, but
Yeah, but you
I
never
mean, if
know.
Netflix got hold of it, then that would be a
Mm.
good thing because that would be really good because so many people do watch Netflix and everything, and yeah. But I think it's still on up in Prime. I think like Amazon Prime. I think you still see it
Well,
on
what
there. I
we'll
think.
do, we'll put a link to the trailer, and we'll see if we can dig the trailer out or some clips from it, and we'll put it on here as well, so that people can see that in context, and then go and see the film. And
Mm.
so brilliant stuff. And obviously, COVID, the dreaded COVID, kind of affected your tour plans as well, didn't they? Because you were doing that kind of the Maiden prequel tour with Gypsy's Kiss, right in the midst of the
Yeah.
madness. That must have really put the kibosh on things for a while.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. It did. Yeah. It really did. Yeah. I mean, we just kind of made sure we kept in touch with one another, and uh, we all kind of dealt with it,
Hmm.
um, our our different ways. I think Terry just basically kind of im- just just got with the family and just spent loads of time with the family, and then Dwight, I think he had some other projects, um, because a lot of people want to work with Dwight.
Hmm.
Um, because he's very versatile and he just knows music, so well. Pete, he he's in a couple of other bands as well, but everyone comes together for, we're all very much um, dedicated to Buffalo Fish. We come back again as a unit, even when we're off for a while. We always come back.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, we've always got that. We've got that hunger still. We've still
Mm,
got that. You know, um, and it's quite a magical thing, I find. Um, you could have the shittiest month of the year, and then you come back together and we do a gig and it rocks and it kind of falls in insignificance,
I fully understand. And you say you've been racking up the live dates this year, and you've got one more date scheduled. Any more dates lined up?
Um, well, I think we should do this year. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I mean, hopefully, Gravesend will still happen, like
Mm,
Leo's, Red Lion. Uh, but regards to anything else, some something may happen. Um, but I think we'd be happy enough just to could be, working on the
yeah,
album.
you want this album done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Everybody's kind of waiting for this for our musical wizard that he's been doing great. I mean, the album sounds great so far, and it'll just be a huge, huge disappointment. And uh, yeah, it will be a huge disappointment if you can't manage to carry on for some reason. I don't know what that would be, but
Positive thinking. It will. It will carry on, and it will do well.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It
Positive.
will do well. Good music comes through in the end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's the I mean, another band that seems to be kind of like suddenly kind of starting to happen, but they've been around for a long time, like Thunderstick.
Mm, yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, you know, my other half's in that, so things are really kind of like moving along, and they've got like festivals for next year and stuff like that. So when all that kind of happens around me, um, you know, it kind of kicks you in the ass, like you gotta, move your ass, do something,
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
some festivals going.
And there is a real upsurge at the moment, despite what the media, the mainstream media would have you believe about rock. There is a massive interest in rock at the moment, and ride that wave, Stitch, ride that wave.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I mean, we've got to. I mean, we need to kind of get some kind of management or something like that. But there are like some. I mean, obviously some like personal issues.
Mm,
You need to be financially. You've got to put
yeah,
some money into all of this, and
absolutely.
obviously the government. What's going on now after the domino effect
Mm,
of what Putin has been up to and all the rest of it. So everything's skyrocketing up in price. So that just makes it that much harder to kind of
it
do.
does. It does. But rock and roll will prevail. Rock and roll will prevail. I
Yeah,
hope we
yeah, no,
sound
exactly.
endlessly positive, but that's just the way I am. But so all I can say, Stacey, is give my love to the rest of the band, and we really
Will
do
do.
look forward to hearing this new album. When you've got it done, please let us know, and we'll
Yeah, yeah,
play it to
yeah.
death on Rock Radio.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Will
Uh,
do. Will do indeed.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carrie. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Bye
keep
for now,
fucking
Stacey.
rocking and rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope to see you back in the Midlands again soon, live again, and we'll be there again, cheering you on. Me and the little woman called Audrey. Yeah.
Oh, right, Audrey. Yeah, right, okay. Yeah,
Bye
I'm sure
bye,
we will
love.
be. I'm sure we will be. Yeah, yeah.
Great stuff. Look forward to it. Bye, Stitch.
Okay, yeah, cheers. Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
I told him it's going to catch us out. One, two.